we're going to look at how to loop through arrays and dictionaries in Swift. I have here some code from the arrays and dictionaries screencast. I'm just going to use it because it has all the kind of data we need to create these loops. So I'll just add a different section here, something to demarcate the older code from this newer code, which has the loops. So I'm just going to do start loop code. The first loop is going to be a while loop. It's just going to loop until a condition is met. So I'm going to say I is less than 3 and create a method body here. And what I want to do is print line our array. I'm going to drop in this I. Now what's happening here is it's going to start at I, whatever I is. And once it gets to 2, it's going to get kicked out because I'm going to use just integers here. So I is going to be 0. This gives us 3 passes in this loop because we'll go 0, 1, 2, and then we're going to get kicked out. Now what I need to do to ensure we get from 0 to 1, then to 2, is increment I. So I'm going to do plus plus, and that will increment I. You can see over here what we're getting in our output isn't really helping us. We want to see each of these items as they're getting looped through. So what I'm going to do is bring up the assistant editor in View, Assistant Editor, Show Assistant Editor. And now we can really see what's going on. We've got all 3 items in this array getting output. Now there's another loop we can do, and I'm going to add another print line here just to separate. This is going to be a for loop. This loop is a little more explicit in how we define our variables, our endpoint, and our incrementing of the variable. All that's really in one place, so it's very concise. So I'm going to do for. I'm going to use the variable j. It's going to also start at 0. And I'll say j is less than array count, and then j plus plus. I'll copy just this line here and paste it in. It's complaining because I need to change I to j because we were going out of our index there. And then we get the same kind of loop here. And I'm going to do one more loop, which is basically a for loop that gives us a variable back. So it's kind of like a for each loop in many languages, and I am going to do for. I'm going to say car in array, create the method body here, and then print line car. And this is where we start, and here's our 3 items that are getting output once more. So you can see they're all the same. All 3 of these are printing out and doing the same exact thing. Now that we've got them all displayed here, we can kind of talk about the subtle differences between them. So here with the while loop, I had to start with a variable that was created somewhere else and then define an endpoint. I also had to make sure I incremented that variable. So I kind of have to cobble together a few different pieces. But you can use a number of conditionals here on how you want this loop to break out. Then I've got my regular for loop where I'm defining all of my setup for the for loop in one location. So I've got the variable, I'm incrementing it, and I've got the endpoint all set right there. Then finally, I'm using this for each loop or for end loop that gives me a variable I can begin using, and I don't have to worry about indexes or endpoints or anything. It just goes through and loops through everything that's inside of that array. Now we can go ahead and move on to our dictionary. And I'm just going to define this section here to break out where we are now in the code. So for the dictionary, we have the key value pairs. Remember, that was from here, key and value. So we're going to set this up like we did our for loop, our for end loop, and we're going to use key and value. So I'm going to have for key value and dict, which was our dictionary variable. I'll do a print line. This time I'm going to add a string in here and just put everything out in normal text. So I'm going to have our variables mixed in with some text. I'm going to say the type of car is, and I'll add my variable for the car, which is going to be the key. Then I'll say, and the model is. Then again, I'll escape this and add in our model. And now we can see what's happening. We have 4 items in our dictionary. They're all printing out. So we've mixed this in with our text. We have the type, Ford, and then we print out, or actually this is the key. We'll call it the type, and then the value for that key right here. So we was able to really mix this in and make it look like a regular language. And you can see how we're accessing our key value. So this was set up just like the for in loop, with the difference being we had to define our key and our value that we wanted to take out of this dictionary. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a few more loops for the dictionary because there are some additional things you can do. The dictionary being something more complex, we have a few more options available to us. So that's going to be for dictionary keys. And here's what that's going to look like. I want to get just the keys in this dictionary, so I'm going to do for, and you don't have to call these up here, I did key value. You can call them whatever you want. So I'm just going to call it car in dict keys. I'll add a body here, and I'll print this car. And if we look at this, we get just the keys printed out. Just the car types are being printed out. I'm going to do the same exact thing, and I need to go ahead and add my text so everything doesn't run together. I want to get just the values. And to do that, all I have to do is call the values. And you can see what we get here. So really some great flexibility with the dictionaries there in how you can access the key and the value in a loop, which we did here, or just go for the keys, or just go for the values. And that's how you do loops in Swift against arrays and dictionaries.